Welcome to the Malting Hour. Are we going?
Yeah.
Damn it. I should have just kept going.
This week we bring you part one of our Build Your Own Bourbon County Media Kit 2021. This is episode 73 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Guy yeast SBs. This the Molten Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Molten Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
and the man with the plan who likes to be called Stan.
Thank you, man. Clark Fettridge.
That's right. Welcome, everybody. I don't know when this I would say album. I don't know when this episode's coming out, so I can't say what holiday has either. Well, we know Thanksgiving has come and gone. We know Halloween has come and gone.
Hanukkah
Is
It'll be good. It'll be done by
was
then.
there.
Hanukkah's done.
It's not done yet.
Boxing Day's done. Nope. Boxing Day might not be done. Christmas may or may not have come. Same with Kwanzaa. Either way, happy
Holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Hey, man, how's it going, Brandon?
Good, how are you?
Good. Clark, how you doing back there?
Oh, fantastic. Great to be back.
This is a lot in a row.
It's a record.
Yeah, this is a record.
Hanging on.
Just when we thought you were
That's why we record a lot when he's here.
Exactly.
We got 20 episodes.
40 episodes in the bank.
All of 2022 is being recorded tonight.
A few references might be outdated and or wrong, but just disregard.
Oh man! But we have a very fun show for you guys today. We are doing what we're going to call what I said we're going to call. They didn't really agree. We're going to call it our Bourbon County Blowout Part 3.
I didn't disagree. Although I feel like the first one we did
That was a
when
Bourbon
it was a
County
live one, that was blood. That was like all out.
All right, fuck it. We're just going to call it.
I've got one. I want to throw one idea.
Sure.
It's called Build Your Own Bourbon County Media Kit.
Okay.
Drinking kit.
Ooh,
that they send out to all the...
Sounds
like it might get somebody's attention.
No.
sounds a little sassy.
No,
sounds
not
like
at
we
all.
might be a little disgruntled.
Just
but
build your own.
Yeah. All right, we're building our own. And in fact, we're going to have to build it in multiple episodes because there's no way we're going to sit here tonight. Because we're actually going to sit and drink and enjoy 3 of the beers from the 2021 Bourbon County lineup. And Clark, do you want to talk about how we came upon this?
Very long story short, Binny's, the local liquor store, for all of you that don't know, had their raffle for Bourbon County. I entered, didn't win. Tony entered, may or may not have won. He didn't win, but a coworker of mine did. Surprised me with the winning ticket, and here we are, splitting them as a team.
One full team. Full disclosure, Laura did win, but I did not see it in time. She won the full reserve.
Oh no!
Because I had signed up with my other email address when Clark and I went up to Michigan. Clark was like, "Yeah, you can just use your other email." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, "But put another name." So I put Laura's name. He's like, "But she has to be there." And I was like, "All right, cool." Totally forgot I did it. And then when I went to my email, because I use that for like bills and things like that, I was like, "Oh, look." After everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, my reserve got canceled, but I can get regular," and I was like, "Oh fuck this!" So Laura did win. Congratulations, Laura! You got the reserve lineup.
Yeah,
That sucks though. That does suck.
But we've been wanting to drink an entire lineup as a show for a while,
Yes.
so we thought this was the perfect opportunity.
As you know, we've done random. We had the Bourbon County Blowout, part 1, where that was like very early on. That was actually the first episode you and I recorded, Brandon. Other than like the test episode.
Yeah.
But that was the first episode. How's that for being, just ready to...
For being prepared.
Yeah, we weren't. That was a lot of fun. And then we had Pat come back on, correct? No.
He did come
come
one
back.
of the ones at the house. He
Another
did come
one.
back to the house.
Yeah, and then
Because we did the follow-up, like the closing out.
we did the other one with...
Eric.
Were you on that one too?
With Eric?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Eric and Emil, and we drank through a bunch of different bourbon counties.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so we've run the... Now that we've just rehashed 2020... In 2021.
That's not even 2020.
That might have
2019?
been before that. That was
Oh, yeah.
2019.
Oh, that's right. 2020 was the year that everybody
Yeah.
forgot. That's right. 2019. Jeez, I need to stop doing this podcast. So we've drank a lot of Bourbon County. We've talked a lot about Bourbon County. If you don't know about Bourbon County, I don't know what you're doing. Man, that Coors Banquet is already really kind of flowing through my veins right now. I'm pretty.
No, it's Clark's beer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Clark's mystery beer. Clark Brewed Celebration Ale. Clone. It's very good.
The mystery
is over. So the three that we're going to do tonight, Brandon, you want to tell everybody what we're drinking?
Yeah, so the first one that we got is straight old regular OG. You know, it's not even OG because OG would be like the, 19 whatever. It's the base, standard regular Bourbon County Stout, which is a favorite of mine. And I think with everyone here, it's a solid go-to bourbon.
It remains
Stout.
king to me of the beverage beers.
Yeah, I mean, you put that against any other one, and that's pretty solid. And then we have...
You could even call it maybe the king of beers.
Ooh. I mean, they are Anheuser-Busch.
That was the joke.
That's a good point. So it does work. Legally, it's fine.
Legally it's fine. Then we're doing the... one of the variants. It is the Blanton's barrel-aged Bourbon County Stout. Excited about that one. Excited about seeing the little horse in there.
That's the most for me. That's the most
and it's in a
exciting.
bag.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't even think it's in the bag. I think the bag's just like kind of tucked in there.
What? What's fun is that then?
So like after your bottle's empty, you want to carry it around.
So here's the thing: who gets the horse? Who gets the bag?
You guys can decide.
I'll bag it up. You can have the horse.
Oh, great! Just when I wanted a fucking horse. What's the third one,
He
Brandon?
wanted the bag. We're doing the Bourbon County Cola. Is that what it is? Is it
Classic
straight
Cola.
Cola?
Classic Cola.
Classic Cola, yeah.
Classic Coke for you.
So it's funny. So when I heard about this one, I think of like Off Colors.
Oh yeah,
Like-
the beer for birds.
Yeah,
or
the beer
for pizza. Beer for pizza.
Yep. And yeah, I mean that was good. So I'm curious. I don't expect it to be anywhere near like that, but definitely interested in trying it.
Well, let's stop.
I don't want to say it's going to be like my least favorite, but it's the one that I'm questioning.
Yeah, it's the one that
That's for
I
sure.
am questioning the most, but is the one that I've heard the most positive feedback about. I've heard complaints about, not complaints, but preferences of the way people like things or beers that they like. I have not heard any negative reviews on cola.
Yeah, the only thing I saw somebody post in a beer group saying, "This isn't my jam." It's like, okay, good review.
Well, it's not a jam beer; it's a classic cola beer.
That's
so
right.
That's your problem.
So I would go ahead and assume that we're just going to start with the OG.
Yeah. Let's see what the base has and jump up from there.
New caps this year too.
You know, I will say I am very happy that Goose Island does not wax their beers. You can pour for me.
So have we heard yet if
What do you think? It's 5 ounces.
Tony, we were all talking about this, different variations of which barrel and how many barrels, like last year with the super secret Easter eggs that they shot out there into the world that we all started rushing around to get.
Are you asking like if we thought there was any?
If there's any word on this year, whether or not
I don't think there. I haven't heard anything. And what? As soon as you said that, first thing that popped in my head was, how long did it take people to figure that out?
I think it was a 5-6. I mean, I don't think it was too long.
It had to be. There had to be a little bit of time.
It's definitely a week. I mean,
At
roughly
least
a week,
at least
give or
a
take
week.
some time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when I first noticed and thought, oh, well, now I need to go to a store and
I think
buy
it was.
some more.
I think it was a week. I think it was a week when people started announcing, or people started noticing that there was the different letters on the back of the bottles.
Because I remember going back and I saw, as soon as I heard about it, I went and I searched it and I found a Reddit thread. And they were like, people were dissecting like BT, HH, what, like, dude,
TT, BB, boo boo.
No, I don't think
say
that's
that. Didn't say
correct.
that anymore.
yeah, that's
you guys-
exactly how it went.
That's what
Anyway,
all. That's
but
all
it-
my bottles said.
It was interesting to see kind of like people, and then, part of me was like, maybe it's all horseshit, and that's not what's happening. But when Goose announced it, I was like, okay,
It's real.
And when they
That's
did,
pretty cool,
And
like-
I tried. I think it was Wild Turkey. I could totally tell the difference with that one, at least from what I recall.
If
Oh, that was WT.
I was gonna say, if
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not mistaken, that was my favorite of the blended was really good, and it was between the Wild Turkey and the blended that I really liked out of all of those, the individual barrels. And we talked about it in text. Was that the case for this year? And it doesn't look like it is, but just like other years, there are different ABV for batches, because I ended up with one that was 14% and another one that was 14.4%. This one is a 14.4% that we got here. So
Feel it. Feel the burn.
That extra 0.4.
It burns. It burns so good.
So for those of you that don't know, and if you don't know,
Now you know.
thank you. Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. Here is a description from Goose Island themselves. Our rich imperial stout is blended from a mix of bourbon barrels from distilleries such as Heaven Hill, Wild Turkey, and Buffalo Trace, each aged in freshly emptied bourbon barrels for 8 to 14 months. Expect flavors of chocolate and vanilla, oak, whiskey, and molasses, followed by caramel, berry fruit, and almond. Or almond, depending on how you pronounce things.
Almond, is that usually something?
Depends on how wrong you are.
Ew.
I am not... I don't remember almond ever being...
I don't remember many people ever saying almond is one of the flavors that characters
But
that
now
you
I'm
get out of
getting
Bourbon
almond.
County.
Yeah, now you guys have put it in my head. Man, it is... How's that for a description? It is probably my favorite barrel-aged stout. There's a lot of really good barrel-aged stouts that are... hit different things that I like. We've talked about Revolution's Death Star a couple times. I'm not even run through the list. We've had a lot of barrel aged
We
beers.
drink a lot.
Please list all barrel aged beers that we've
There we
had. Sure.
go. Starting with Bourbon County. Bourbon County does just tend to be kind of my favorite, and maybe it also is a little nostalgia for this time of year as well. Just getting together with friends, and I mean, Bourbon County alone between the three of us has kind of become just a whole text thread in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's become a full conversation. Brandon, you and I have had many of Bourbon Counties together. Clark, you and I have tried to do verticals before a concert that turned out okay. The concert was great. The vertical was rough to
Was it a
finish.
Crash Test Dummies concert?
Damn it! Yes, it was. And I'm not ashamed of it.
That's the only shows you
And then
guys go
once
to
even,
together.
not even before a concert. So,
Oh yeah, we just did it. But what I love about Bourbon County is everything that they described in there. The chocolate, vanilla, the bit of molasses. There's a caramely note. It's sticky. Like, Bourbon County always just comes off as sticky to me, but it's not overly sweet. And I always have this image in my mind of Bourbon County as being like super, super thick, and it's not. Even when it pours, I think I picture it like, oil is, black as oil, it's dark as oil. And it's not. It's almost like a very dark cola. Oh, excuse me, color. But I love the smell of it. The smell is always like a rich, like fudgy chocolate. Not
Yeah,
like dark cocoa, but
definitely
like
has
real
its own
chocolate.
distinct smell, I think.
And this year is no different than years past. What about you guys? What are you guys getting from this?
I mean, I agree. In drinking it fresh or fresher, I don't want to. I think most years it tastes the same to me. It's pretty like on par. Like, that's it. That's Bourbon County Stout. But I feel like, and we've noticed this as we've aged beers and tried those, that it definitely enriches a lot of the different flavors. You'll get more chocolate, you'll get more caramel. You may slightly get a little more vanilla. We've had our experiments with coffee beers, and that have not always gone so well. But, I mean, fresh Bourbon County, within like a couple weeks of it first coming out is... And again, even that saying that, like, what's the bottle date on there? Probably September or October. But still, like, solid beer. Like, and
This is
easily enjoyable.
Does not have the bottle on.
Really?
But it does have a drink by July 22nd, 2026.
Because last year, I think with the
Interesting.
the stamps for like the barrel variants, it had the bottle on date too. I think.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw
Yeah.
I think it normally does.
Yeah, on this one it says drink by, and this is 22 Joel 26.
So what? I can't remember if it was regular Bourbon County or a variant I had last week. It said August. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, there are on the little flags they have on them that come off the bottle, which I thought was a cool when they started doing this format. The little flags on top.
Well, and I think that started with prop. I feel like
once they switched to the 16.9
I guess
bottles,
yeah.
all of them got the flags in, I believe. And on some of them, like most of them, it says develops in the bottle for up to 5 years. And if you look on some of the beers, I believe might be prop or 14.
Some say 2.
It says 2 years.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, lately I've started to drink my prop. I used to hold on to it longer.
So you're saying I should drink my 14?
Well, we'll talk about that later. But no,
You guys get out. Gotta dome some beers.
No, not only do I have a problem with buying new Bourbon County, I have a problem with holding on to old Bourbon County.
Yeah.
When I should
Yes, clearly that's a problem. Holding on to beer. Cry me your river, Clark, because I'm really interested about how hard it is to hold on to beer.
just saying,
I really do. I think I've mentioned it numerous times about wanting to take pictures of what both of you guys have and post it, just to, when we talk about how much beer you guys have.
Well, mine doesn't compare to Brandon's, but after the past 2 weeks, I've bulked back up in my department of too many beers. So
I did actually. So I bought the Fanny Stout from.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I gotta pick it up, but I put it on order.
Oh, and guess what I bought?
What?
I bought one more bottle of this.
Bourbon
Just because I was at Binny's, and I sent one to a friend in Ohio, and I thought, well, since I sent him one, I need to replace that for
Was
myself.
it like a regular?
Just a regular. He'd never had it before.
They don't get it in Ohio.
No? Well, at least he doesn't know about it.
That's
He's not a stout drinker or Bourbon County, but he likes interesting beers, so I thought,
That's right.
I'll send you one.
When I went to go pick up my small amount, when I got the 150 in the double barrel, I grabbed one regular.
What else did you grab?
Grabbed, brah.
I grabbed one regular bottle. That's like a blend of different accents there. And then I went grocery shopping, and then I was like, oh crap! When I left the one store, I was with my mom. And I was like, shit! I forgot to get bread. I'm like, we gotta stop at Jewel. So we got stopping at Jewel, and I'm like, I might as well go grab another bottle of Bourbon County. So I grabbed a bottle, and I've had the bottle of it, so I had one bottle left. And then recently I was at Jewel, and I was like, I walked by, and I was like, I might as well grab one.
You know what I say? It's a lot cheaper when you just buy one bottle
You got it. And
at a time.
when I go grocery shopping this weekend, I might grab another. I thought about it. I normally end up with, I would say, I buy the most of just regular Bourbon County. Because I also feel like that's a fun beer if we decide to do.
It's cheaper.
Number one, it's cheaper.
One at a time.
But also,
Most of the time, yeah.
But then if we ever decide, to do French pressing and stuff, I'd like to French press with fresh. I'd like to do that again with a fresh Bourbon
mayonnaise.
County.
Totally.
Stuff like that.
What'd you say?
Fresh mayonnaise.
Maybe it's because we didn't use Dukes.
You know what? I'll
That's
be
a
honest.
Miracle Whip. That's a great point. There's so many options for us now.
I realized that we never posted any of that, and I watched that video recently of when there is video evidence of Clark putting mayonnaise in Bourbon
The
County.
first sip was not bad at all.
I ended up
That's all I'll
saying,
say.
don't ever do it.
The first sip is the deepest.
It was pretty deep.
Clark, you ended up liking it. very
The
much so.
first sip or two, I think. And then I
think it grew on you.
Really?
Much like mold.
Well,
But Clark likes to eat mayonnaise with a spoon. So, like,
Who
what are
doesn't?
you going to do?
not?
What are you going to do?
why not?
So overall, I don't think anyone's walking down the street today.
No, I
We
think
don't-
it's too
Yeah,
dark, actually.
It's too dark. Watch your back.
I was about to
where
say
is
cold, yeah, but it's not too
No,
cold.
he loves the cold. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of Bourbon County? Just straight up Bourbon County. Give me a 2-sentence. Yeah, let's do that. 2-sentence review on Bourbon County. Brandon, you're up first.
Solidly consistent, always delicious.
I said 2 sentences, not a fucking poem, but that was great, man. Thank you. It was very good.
If I had time, I was like, a haiku?
I know. I was gonna say if you had a couple more syllables in there, Clark.
Yeah, I think as always, it's pretty tasty, and you've come to expect it to be that way every year.
I agree.
And this year ain't no different.
Ooh, very nice.
Tony?
You had a run-on sentence in there, but yeah. Bourbon County remains the king of barrel-aged stouts to me, because this is where it was born. Barrel-aged stouts, that is, parentheses. And this year is no different than any other year, as it's being... I don't like using the word complex, but there is a bunch of complexity to barrel-aged stouts, especially this one, as it warms up and everything. So that was a run-on sentence. Cheers.
Well, my caveat to that would be, like, even though, like, there was that bad year, dude, it was still good. We've talked about that on end here, but
when
like,
you reference bad year, what do you mean?
was it 2015?
Yeah.
I think?
You mean it tasted bad, or the
infection?
No, like,
infection
it was legit.
problem?
Like they said, it was
the
bad.
infection thing. Yeah.
Year of the infection.
And they we got refunded for the bottles, and then, like, I kept them, and that's what they said.
Yeah,
like,
they said just tell us.
No, it's funny.
Yeah.
Without anybody knowing who may not know about what happened, like they gave me the refund and I kept the bottles. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, this guy hates Goose Island.
Yeah.
We drank.
Yeah,
You and I drank one at least. I
at
remember
least
having
one,
and
it was phenomenal. I mean, not phenomenal, but like
Yeah, still
it had that
tasty.
hinge of like sourness, but like nowhere near
it
where
was tart.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like a
That's what I
berry
meant.
tartness to
I
it.
remember my barley wine that year. I had one or two, when they first came out, and they were pretty darn tasty. And then I had one in end of February, and I could tell a huge difference in the barley wine. At least I don't remember the stout.
I had a coffee one with Mike, and it was undrinkable. Like it was bad. We had to dump it. It was kind of a bummer.
Icky duty.
Poo poo cacas is what I believe Mike and I said.
Yeah, and there is no coffee variant this year, is there?
No. Was there a coffee variant last
The
year?
barley wine, right?
I thought that was 2 years ago.
Well, the last one I remember was
Working on
the
it.
Cafe de Olla.
Oh, was that last year?
No,
That
that
was
was
2 years
2 years because that's the one we were at.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so much fun. I miss it.
Shalana made fun of you the whole day. That was great.
Bourbon County brand coffee barley wine 2018.
Yeah. Cafe de Olla was the last one in 2018.
Nice
there wasn't a coffee
I
one
think they
last
had
year.
2019.
Yeah.
There wasn't a coffee one last year.
What year was last year? We just went over this. The
2017.
2019, 2020 thing.
20.
Last year was 1981. I'm only one.
Real quick, I'm gonna remember this. I hope to edit. Should we pause before going straight into the next one?
Yes.
Let's just drink a little bit of
Yep.
water real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. You still looking up the coffee one from last year?
I can't find it.
Because there wasn't a coffee one last year, Clark.
They had the wheat wine thing. Was that a coffee wheat
No,
wine?
it was just a regular wheat wine. The big yellow bottle.
They did
right?
2 years of wheat wine?
Yeah.
Well, as we figure this out, we're going to take a quick break,
Oh, I thought we...
and we'll be back with the next one.
I like that. Really good. We're not going to do an and we're back.
And we're back.
So
It
smooth.
clipped. It clipped. I got a little closer, but...
Try it again. Try it again. Try without the...
And we're back.
That was much calmer. Nice.
Yeah, it's still clipping.
That's all right.
It's all right.
You want
No,
to try
it's
one more time? You want to give it a third and we're back?
And we're back. I'm trying not to yell because we're...
Clark, why don't you give it a try now, too?
And we're back.
No, we're going to keep with one Brandon's that clip.
Whatever, we're back.
Welcome back. I'm not going to tell you what this is if you're fucking...
Everyone knows we're back.
If you're still here, you're still listening.
Yeah. I'm not going to say, hey, welcome back, this is what we're doing. So, the next one we're digging into from the Goose Island Bourbon County 2021 Build Your Own Media Pack is the Bourbon County brand Classic Cola Stout. Now, this is a stout aged in bourbon barrels with brown sugar, citrus, coriander, spices, and natural vanilla flavor. Do you guys want me to read their full-on description here? Sure, I will. Thank you. Pushing the boundaries of barrel-aged stouts is in our DNA, and with that, we brought to life our first-ever cola-inspired variant. Brewer, I'm going to fuck up names here. We're just going to call them by their first
Paul
names.
Cade.
Thank you. Paul Cade and Jason Krasowski bonded over their love for classic cola. I watched the video. I should have known. Bonded over their love for classic cola while creating the Classic Cola Stout. Combining the refreshing nature of classic cola and picking up flavor profiles from whiskey cola, we added lime, orange juice and zest, plus coriander, cassia bark, nutmeg, brown sugar, and vanilla to bring out the complex characters of the classic drink. It's the ultimate twist on a whiskey cola, and a must-try for Bourbon County Stout, cola, or whiskey cola lovers. So this is like a Jack and Coke. Is that what we're going with here?
Yeah, so
I didn't try it. Did you guys take a sip yet?
No, I didn't. But
Clark did.
have you tried it yet, Clark? Before
I did.
this?
No.
Okay.
Oh, before this? No, this is my first go around.
And then like going in and like my smell test, like it was like it's like I was getting Bourbon County, but then also like a barley wine almost.
The smell I got was just straight up Bourbon County.
Yeah.
The taste I got. This is fucking cool. This is. I was not expecting this. It is sweet like cola. It has. This tastes like a whiskey, like a strong bourbon and Coke, with a bit more bitterness.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I enjoy it. My one question is, do we need it?
Yes. I do.
Why? How? Well, I know how, but
I just explained to you how. Do we need it? Sure.
that's a good answer. Sure, why not?
Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, do we need any of the variants that come from Bourbon County or come from Goose Island,
Sure.
or any of the ideas that any of these random variants of these barrel-aged beers? They said in the description, pushing boundaries is in their DNA, and honestly, there's not. I don't know of any other, except we mentioned the off-color, beer
Yeah.
for pizza, and that is definitely like drinking cola, and the cherry version of it too. But having a bourbon barrel-aged stout to mimic basically Coke, like Jack and Coke or whiskey and Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the idea of what they're going with here, and I think they nailed it perfectly.
100%. 100%.
I think with doing that, I mean, did they need to? No. But in doing so, I think they nailed a really cool and interesting variant of Bourbon County.
Yeah, and while you were talking, I was just thinking, like, going back to, like, Bourbon County original before... Dude, wasn't it, like, literally, they'd have a couple of variants. They had vanilla, they had a rare. That was pretty much their scope of variants, right?
It was in the beginning, it was just regular and coffee, and then
Oh, yeah,
barley
yeah,
wine,
coffee.
and then barley wine. And that was the three for a little bit, and then Prop came out, and that's when they started getting everything else in
Before
there.
Prop, they had that vanilla.
Did they?
Yeah, 2010 was, like, the first vanilla, if I remember correctly.
Well, and prop aside this year, I suppose you can or don't have to include the 14. Everything else is pretty, quote unquote, basic this year. They didn't go crazy on a whole lot. So
Yeah.
I guess this counts as the one that's obviously a bit more out there than usual.
Yeah.
1 year, what was it, 2019, the orange one? They had that.
Very
They had the
split.
Cafe de Olla.
I feel like they make a decisive like one that's gonna split people,
Yeah.
and those two that you just named, the Midnight Orange and Cafe de Olla, and then
What was the cherry one?
The
Mont
yes.
Sherry.
Mont Sherry. Yeah, that was the same year as Cafe Oya
That's the
too.
one that we talked about. We didn't really...
Yeah.
Now,
Totally,
no, we didn't. No, I was not a fan of it. Do either one of you have any of those left?
I think I have one.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm always willing to revisit, but I'm wondering if that medicinal cherry flavor. I feel like it's either going to be one of two things: either that day when I had it on Prop Day, I was just not feeling it, or I really do get that like strong medicinal flavor. Because I'm not someone who is sensitive to that type of cherry flavor. I actually enjoy it. Like I drink cherry bubblies, and when I tell people that, they're like, gross. It reminds. We're blasting off. We're blasting off right now. Here we go. We're in the stratosphere of the cola, Bourbon County. Ooh, Clark's got his helmet on. Brandon's glass is cracking. Is he going to be able to survive it? I don't know. I'm not going to carry this out. Oh, and we're landing.
Engines down.
Engines down. Yeah, I people say that they don't like cherry flavored like carbonated water because it reminds them of like Robitussin. So I'm not super sensitive to that type of flavor. So, ooh, dude, don't do that.
Bourbon County Robitussin.
Let's do it. Let's French press it. I gotta say, so this one is, what is this ABV? This is 14%. It's 14%. It also says develops in the bottle up to 5 years. I don't know what would come out of aging this.
That's a great question. And I would certainly drink it again. I will drink it again because I have another one at home. And I will enjoy it. What is this? This is reminding me of something, and I cannot put my head around it.
Question, though, about, there's more variants this year than I think there have been in prior years, right?
I don't know. There's 8 total, right? This year?
Well, there's a lot of variants, but I thought I heard or read something that there was more variants that were local to Chicago versus going out to the market.
Interesting.
And I don't know, if that's true or not. And I feel like this may have been one of them.
I'll tell you this. I wouldn't mind. I told you when when it came time to. I also won another. I won pretty much every single lottery this year and didn't get a single one. Lottery winner. But Clark, did I tell you that I won the bottles and cans lottery?
Oh, really?
Oh, hold on. My mic is not recording anymore.
We're gonna have to pause.
Sorry, I had to do it quick.
No, it's fine. It's okay because I'll just. I know where to jump.
And so the numbers on the tracks are going to be off now too.
That's okay. I normally am able to
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
So with all that, figure it out. with all that being said, I've let it, since we've been sitting here talking. We actually had to cut away for a minute. It's warmed up, and I'm getting a lot more of the cola flavor. And when I read the descriptions of what was in it, I wasn't thinking well, how the hell does the spices, citrus and coriander, how does that make cola flavor? Ooh. One of the cats are awake. Hi, Shatsy.
She's like, "Who are you?"
Clark's here. Cool. I guess those flavors. I mean, those flavors do make up classic Coke. I mean, that's just what it is, man. Is that the secret recipe? Did Bourbon County, did Goose Island crack the Coke recipe?
Well, what I'm curious about too is you read.
There's no one gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
No, it's a rhetorical.
Okay, sorry.
You read off the bottle the ingredients,
Cocaine.
and I'm curious. Is all of that stuff in the mash? The brown sugar,
I think that's boil.
or no, that's what I meant. But so it's. I wonder if it's aged on anything or
Yeah, that would be fun. Not only fun to see made, but fun to know how they did all this. And as we've been drinking this, it kept reminding me of what I thought was another Bourbon County, and it finally hit me as I Googled last year's. It reminds me a little bit of the London Fog. Mouthfeel, and I think the citrus of it coming through there.
I have not had London Fog.
You haven't?
No, but I have one.
Boy. We're going to have to do a whole episode of what bourbon... You know what? That's the next time we have once we get through the Build Your Own Media Pack, sometime next year, Brandon, we're going to do what bourbon counties has Brandon not had, but purchased.
Ooh,
There is a lot.
that's a fun one.
That is going to be what's fun for me.
And we make it mystery beer episode too.
Ooh, that actually would be fun if you
If
allow...
he could pick out.
Oh,
Hold on. That is
yes,
a
I would be
brilliant...
down for that.
That is a brilliant idea, Clark. That is a great mystery. And I mean, that's again is like a 3-beer episode, though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Or just pick 3 and see what happens.
That's what I just...
Or 4 or 5.
He's the worst person in the world. Brandon, wait, what were you guys talking about when you were... I was petting the
how
cat.
they made this, and it reminded me of London
Sorry.
Fog.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny. I wonder if it'd be cool to play now that we know specifically what they used for this beer. It'd be fun to play with those ingredients to see if we could do like a cola type stout.
Yeah.
Now I have a game for the two of you. It's a game called "Would You Put Grenadine in This?"
Absolutely.
Brandon.
I would try it.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, I would try
that'd
it.
be like
Totally.
a cherry Coke.
No.
What do they call them? Todd.
Actually,
Todd
I
Rundgren's?
might have upstairs.
Todd Rundgren's.
What's the opposite of a kitty cocktail where you put Coke or Pepsi in it?
Oh, it's
Not a Shirley. I mean, Shirley Temple kitty cocktail, same thing.
Yeah.
What's the one?
There's. I only grew up
We're
with
just
Shirley
Coke and
Temple.
grenadine.
Sounds like the
I think it's
80s.
called, I think it's called
Grenadine?
Coke and grenadine.
Tom Collins?
No,
That's an adult
actually an
adult beverage.
drink.
Oh, okay.
I only know that because of like Meet the Parents.
I've never had a Tom Collins before, so.
All right, next show we put grenadine in the classic cola stout.
Can we? We should do that. That's a fun.
I'm not opposed to it.
I actually would try that. Yeah.
All right, we should do that then.
See, it's a fun game.
And
It's
I've got,
funny.
so grenadine, if I'm correct, like the substitute for that is usually like if you have maraschino cherries, you
Right.
can pour
Yeah,
that
if we
in.
want to be fancy.
Okay.
I do have Evan Williams barrel aged cherries upstairs.
Ooh, even better.
I
If you guys want to do that.
also have just maraschino cherry liqueur at home that we use for the aviation.
That's not the game. The
truck.
game is specifically grenadine.
Okay, fine. Grenadine.
That's
No,
a
but now
different
I'm
game
curious
show.
about this. Is that the thing that your wife's drinking tonight?
Yeah,
Ooh,
she's drinking that gin cocktail, baby.
Dreaming of Ryan Reynolds.
We're not actually using aviation gin, though, just so you know that. It's just the cocktail's called an aviation.
Oh, but no, I thought that like the picture she posted before, I thought it was aviation gin in there.
I think
Like,
it was
No, that was
wasn't it?
Maplewood. That was Maplewood gin.
oh,
Yeah,
even better.
which
Maplewood.
we drink a lot through. Yeah, shout out to Maplewood.
So I have another gin. Their whiskey or bourbon. I think it's whiskey. Like is pretty solid. So
Also,
very chocolatey.
if you are making a Manhattan, you do not need to use Maplewood's Fat Pug whiskey bourbon. It is very strong. Like it's a very sweet malty flavor. I personally liked it, but my stepdad and Jeff thought, well, Jeff was on the same page as me. But my stepdad thought it felt strong because it is. It's kind of a rich malty bourbon whiskey. So it might just be whiskey.
That has been noted.
Anyways, that's not what the show's about. Oh, there it is.
It's an American malt whiskey.
Thank you very much. It is, but it's sweet and it's dry. And I mean, the ratios that we did for a Manhattan was what it's supposed to be. So
I'd still drink it,
you would enjoy
even
it.
with some grenadine.
Okay. All right. So Brandon, in a couple of sentences, how about two is the same as a couple. A couple or a few sentences. Give me a review on the Bourbon County brand classic cola stout.
A solid take on a classic like cola and bourbon, cola whiskey, and surprisingly as easy drinking when I compare it to like bourbon, the regular Bourbon County. I could definitely just keep drinking this, and the idea of doing it with grenadine or something like that is appealing to me. I could totally play around with this, and I'm not mad at this. The like one person I saw that was like, "This isn't my jam." I'm like, this is my jam. It's my jam.
It's good ending there. Clark.
Yeah, I won't go back to this many times. I mean, I have another bottle at home. I may pick one more up if I see it at the store. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm guessing 16 plus ounces of this I won't enjoy as much towards the end of the bottle. I'm glad I'm splitting it, but I mean, I enjoyed it. Again, I just...
Caveat, like this is the perfect like pour.
For sure.
And I'm not mad. Like if there was more of it, I'd be okay. I'll take more.
Yeah.
But I'm also glad we're moving on to something else.
Yeah. No, this again reminds me of London Fog. I drank a bottle of that a month plus ago. I enjoyed it, but after 8 ounces, I'm going, all right, I'm done. I drank it all, of course, but
Drunk.
I don't need any more of this.
not enjoying the last third as I did the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I were to take a combination of both of what you two said, that's kind of where I stand. Originally, I was like, "Oh shit, I want another one. I want more of this right now because it's so good." And I could have a little bit more. I think the most I would do is splitting a bottle with one other person. Yeah. Could I power through a full one? Sure, but I think that it would ruin the enjoyment that I already have with this beer.
Yeah, I feel like
Or establish, I should say.
again, like splitting it, or we're doing it 3 ways. It's like it's the best way to enjoy it and not get killed by it, and be like,
Definitely.
I hate being murdered by beer.
like if we sat here and we all had to go through our own bottle, like at the end of it, I'd be like, I don't ever want to drink this again.
Yeah.
It would.
But it's enough to where I'm like, I enjoy it, I like it. Let's move on.
I could have more of this tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Not in the same sitting though.
No, do you guys want to get together tomorrow and have maybe one more?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Why not?
All right, let's rinse these glasses and get ready for the final beer. Yeah. For this part 1 of Build Your Own Media Kit. True. Are we back?
And we're back.
Oh, we are back.
Rumors are
Look at
true.
that clip.
Ooh,
We don't have
fantastic.
a good mic anymore.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good.
All right, so we've moved on now to the third beer of part 1 of the Bourbon County Build Your Own Media Pack, and we have cracked into the highly sought after. Did you guys come? By the way, did you guys come across this just sitting around anywhere? Other
Yes.
than you did.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I got one.
Oh, I thought. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Sorry. That makes sense. I did not. I thought I actually picked this up when I had picked up the 150. I was like, those two. Thank you very much. See you later, losers. I even text Brandon. I go, dude, I got double barrel and Blanton's. I'm out. And then later on that night, I was like, I just realized I had the 150 and I did not get Blanton's.
Well, and then I went to that same store that you went to, and I was like, I'll take that one and that one. And I was like, oh, that's not the Blantons? He's like, oh, no, we sold out of that. I was like, yeah, I'll take it anyway.
Screw Tony. Well, if you can't tell, that's what we're drinking. We are drinking the Goose Island Bourbon County Reserve brand Blanton's Stout. And here's the rundown of that. Goose Island Bourbon County Reserve Blanton Stout. We partnered with our friends at Blanton's and aged our Imperial Stout for 18 months in barrels from one of the world's most sought-after bourbons, Blanton's Original Single Barrel Bourbon. Taken from the center cut or middle section of the famous Warehouse H, Blanton's Original Single Barrel was once, that's what it says, was once only available for ambassadors, dignitaries, and friends of the Blanton family, but now is available for everyone to enjoy. Just as we set the standard for barrel-aged stouts, Blanton sets the standard for single-barrel bourbons. Through our partnership, we created a truly unique reserve filled with rich, dark chocolate and oak notes, finished with warm aromatics of baking spices such as clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon.
Ooh. I do enjoy some bacon spices.
Oh, bacon spices? I love bacon spices, but these are baking spices. I may have misspoke. The other thing, the media kit that went out also gave those a little bit of a Blanton's bourbon. Am I correct with that?
Yes.
You're right. A little teeny tiny one.
It was cool. It's a little bottle, but you know what's cooler than that? Brandon having a fucking regular sized bottle of Blanton sitting here, and we got it side by side with this because we're going balls to the wall. So when we say build your own media kit, we were not joking. I can't wait to get that cherrywood honeycomb. Clark, are you on that?
Working on it.
Okay. All right, guys. So this is one of the most sought after variants this year. Let's get into it and see what's up.
So to me, there's a heat on the nose.
Yeah, there is. I was gonna.
Are you getting that too?
Yeah.
Much more so than the previous two.
Absolutely.
Beers, I say.
There's almost a like. I don't know, like a like heat and then like rich vanilla.
Yep. I'm getting that.
Definitely.
Like it reminds me. Oh shit! This is 15.4%. Kids, be careful when drinking. Oh, also drink by July 26, 2026. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the vanilla Bourbon County. The smell.
Yeah, a little bit. There's not. I'm not getting as much chocolate in this as I was definitely in regular.
That's straight barrel.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Which I like.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, I think if you enjoy bourbon or, whiskey, anything like that comes from a barrel, I think you will enjoy this.
Pee-pee? If pee-pee was in a barrel, would you enjoy this, Brandon?
Depends on how long it was barrel aged.
Would
Touche.
you drink pee-pee from a barrel?
No, I would not.
If I didn't know, who knows?
This is probably the
Sterile.
most. You know when you're drinking bourbon. Let me break this down for you guys. You know when you're drinking bourbon, the aftertaste in my mouth is not of drinking Bourbon County or a stout. It is like I'm drinking bourbon. It is, but the beer itself isn't that. It still tastes like Bourbon County, and the aftertaste in my mouth is not like caramely, vanilla, toffee, nutty goodness. It is like I just took a sip of good bourbon.
A little bit, and I just went in for a sip, and what was funny is I kind of felt it a little on the nose.
Ooh.
Like a little something went over my nosy nose, and I was like, that is reminiscent to me of bourbon. Like, I get that
Definitely.
when I'm sipping bourbon.
This is
And that's a nice change of pace for me with Bourbon County, I think.
absolutely.
I really like this barrel and bourbon-ness
Really?
and the heat we're getting from it.
Ooh, we got a new cat in the studio. Say what's up to Shotzi, everybody. Oh, Shotzi, why don't you lift her up, man?
I hear about that heat in the nose you're talking about.
Oh shit!
See you later.
Try that nose
She's
heat.
like, yeah, she's like, hey, I heard you
That
got
might be
that
something
Blanton's. Everybody's looking for it, and I was too. I'm really impressed with this. This is probably, between the cola and this, I'm really like the variation of regular Bourbon County that we have here.
Agreed.
I do too. And what I like about this, and when I say it, it sounds like it's a negative, but it's a pretty flat line of what I'm getting. I'm not going, well, I'm also getting XYZ,
Yeah.
DDP, and QQR,
ABC,
as
BBD.
they say. No, but it's just this is very good. I'm getting a flavor or two, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's like Bourbon County that is almost, I don't want to say overshadowed in a negative way, but that it really does bring out that bourbon barrel specific flavor. Like the focus is clearly on, we put this in Blanton's bourbon barrels, and that's what you're getting.
The barrel is very prominent.
Absolutely.
I would say. And not in a bad way. Because again, I feel like there's barrel-aged beers that we've had where the barrel is just too much and it's overpowering. This one is just, it's Bourbon County as a base, and that barrel coming in, it just merges so well together that, like, it's awesome.
Yeah, and also it comes in a cool box that opens up just like as we learned, as the bottle does, the wrapper around the side and everything that nobody talked about. That from the media kits that I watched and listened to, they were like, oh, there's a bag, and then there's the horse stopper. But like, it's pretty clever that with the box itself, you can open it up, left side, right side, pull it to the middle, just as Brandon had figured out about opening up the bottle, because Brandon had not opened up his bottle yet. But he did open it to share with us. So that's cool. So there was a lot of thought that went into even just the packaging of it, because then it does come in a bag, which is pretty neato. I don't know when I'm going to use this, but
Coins.
What's that?
Coins.
Coins?
All your quarters for laundry.
Ooh, good idea. When I'm off to the market and I'm going to when I go to the local farmer's market in the summer, I'll be like, oh, hello. I would like to purchase your finest oranges and lemons, please, because I am going to make a pie.
Oh, I thought you were going to say make your own homebrew of the classic cola stout.
Well, no.
I was wrong.
Yeah,
You were wrong, Clark.
And then it also has
Way off.
I just dropped it. Also has the horsey, as Clark was demonstrating on how to make it ride, and it does go on top of the bottle, but doesn't really seal it.
That's my one complaint about the beer,
Yeah.
by the way.
Clark wanted to be able to open this, seal it, and then be able to drink it 3 days from now.
Now, how cool if the bottle would have been shaped like this?
It's insane.
I'm
But
sure they
smaller.
discussed it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what if we do it just like that? So now that we've done,
It'll cost more than the beer.
so now that we've tried the stout, do you guys want to try a little bit of the actual bourbon? Right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's only, I think it's the third time maybe actual bourbon has made an appearance on. I almost said after the final pour again, the malting hour.
There's even more heat in the nose if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to know.
Man, now having that, and going back to, I didn't take another sip of the Bourbon County yet, but that really does stand out in that beer.
Yeah. Oh,
And the aftertaste I have in my mouth, like,
Yeah, it was like a smooth flow from the Bourbon County to the actual.
And
Blantons.
that might also be one of the smoothest bourbons I've ever taken a sip of in my entire life.
Yeah,
That was really, really good.
I will agree.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I never would have thought that, not never would have thought, but I never had thought that Bourbon County would have been a vessel to really bring a barrel to the forefront as well as it does without, because we're so used to being blended, you know what I mean? Other than last year, them separating out, and, we talked about the Knob Creek. What were the other single barrel things they've done in the
Buffalo
past?
Trace. Well,
Last year, we
Yeah.
did that, but
so there's Knob Creek.
was Knob Creek the first time they specifically featured one
I think
barrel?
so.
Right on top of that, Rose.
I'm working on it.
Although no, because going back to Rare, original Rare, I think
That's
that,
right.
Elijah Craig too.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, and those are the ones that stand out. I feel like this year specifically, especially when we get to the 150 on another episode, that one is, who is that? Old Forester? 150?
Yes.
That one, I see a lot of people online really talking that one up even more than Blanton's. And it's kind of funny because I came into this expecting not to like it because it was a beer that was hyped up so much. And I kind of like that, we're doing this after the fact of people's reactions to the beer.
of course.
It was hyped up so much. And then I saw a bunch of reviews that were kind of 14 was better, or Cola was better, or Prop was, better. I feel like this lives up to the hype if you take it for what it's at, and this is Bourbon County aged in Blanton's barrels, and being able, we're lucky enough to be able to try side by side. But even without that, I love this.
Yeah,
This is really good.
Yeah.
As of after tonight, after having these three tonight, I've had everything except for the 150 and the double barrel this year, and this is definitely my favorite.
Interesting.
It's just the most.
This is my favorite of the night.
It's just solid. I mean, it's just so solid and interesting, and not trying to do too much. It just kind of does what it's supposed to do, and that makes it really tasty for me.
Yeah, and I'm rating, if we were talking about rating this beer, but I'm kind of looking at it at the whole experience. Opening of the box, everything out. And then, when we went to open up the bottle of Blanton's,
Putting it together.
Well, but that was I was like, okay, so it's a similar experience. And I wouldn't have known that not having I've never opened this bottle before, and we kind of figured this out today, that's how it should have been done. But, kudos to Goose for putting together such a well-planned execution for a awesomely barrel-aged beer.
Yeah, it's a good collaboration between two companies of,
It played out really well,
And while
I think.
a ton of people complain about, well, they put it in the boxes, then they can charge more for it. I mean, there's clearly tons of thought that went into this. And if you don't want to pay $50 for a bottle of Bourbon County, don't pay $50 for a bottle of Bourbon County.
But also, are you one of those people who are paying $100 for a 12-ounce bottle at Toppling Goliath? If you are, fuck off.
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry. That was my rant for the week. So before we get into, our final thoughts and everything, Brandon, sum this beer up in a couple sentences.
Surprisingly easy.
Shit.
No, surprisingly easy drinking with delicious barrel character and heat coming forward, and still holding on to the Bourbon County Stout flavor profile. While it's not prominent, I feel like the barrel takes over. It's so cohesive together. It is just. It's like a symbiotic thing that just worked in my brain, in my mouth. And I enjoy it. Very good.
Well said.
I used a lot of big words as quick as I could.
You did. Clark?
I hate this beer. It's stupid. My name's Clark, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Clark, you're fired.
Tony, what do you think? As Clark, it's me again, Clark. I love that I'm not trying to search for too much in this. It's okay, found the Blanton's barrel, and I'm enjoying that. And there's nothing else I'm looking for. How's that?
Yeah, no, I was gonna go that same route. It's Bourbon County and then Blanton's. That's kind of what I get, and that is a very generic and simple way of putting something that I feel like is it's not complex. It's just a very nice and very good blending of two things that are already delicious. Blanton's, Bourbon County, baby. That's all we need. Yeah. So, to sum this whole part one of our build your own media kit experience, we did Goose Island's Bourbon County 2021, just a regular Bourbon County brand stout. We then moved on to the Goose Island Bourbon County brand classic cola stout, and then on to, as we just had, the Bourbon County's Reserve Blanton's. Brandon, not that it makes a difference, but you brought it up, so I'm going to blame you. Give me your top, put these in order of what you would, if someone's like, hey, you gotta, they're not walking up and saying anything, but if, you're like, hey, if you had to rate these three in a row, we're gonna do brackets. We're gonna do brackets for the whole fucking thing.
That's a good idea.
Brandon, these three, rank them.
I'm gonna do Blanton's, Cola, and then Original.
Nice, outstanding.
Because, and it's not that anyone is less than the other, but I enjoy the way the barrel came through with the Blanton's, and it was easy drinking, and it was very straightforward. Cola was interesting flavor, and it gave me what I expected. And actually, even more, I was more pleased with it than I had thought I would be. And then, not knocking regular, like regular is just, it's regular as it should be. And I enjoy it. So, yeah, that's my ranking.
Right on. Clark, same deal. Lay it on us.
That all makes sense from what Brandon said. But I'm going to go Blanton's, regular, cola. More in the frame of knowing that I'll have a good 6 to 7 bottles more of the regular throughout the next year, 2, 3. Cola, I'll have 1 and maybe 2 more, and I think I'll kind of be good with that and say that was really interesting and fun, but let's kick it aside for the next crazy concoction they come up with next year.
So, thank you, number one.
It was my pleasure.
I'm actually gonna go. It's kind of a toss up because Blanton's is my I think Blanton's is my favorite of the night. That reigns supreme, and I'm also think I'm gonna go with regular Bourbon County following it as well, because cola almost ends up in its own bracket to me.
True.
I don't know. It actually is a toss up between like what if for drinkability, what I'm going to go for each time. If it was just like a barrel aged stout, it'd be Blanton's, Bourbon County, and then cola. But for what we have talked about in the past, what we've done with like French pressing or just doing our own fucking beers, cola stands out the most. But I think it's Blanton's, regular, and cola as well.
Yeah. See, so when I was rating it like what I enjoyed for the night.
Sure.
Not what I'm enjoying for long term.
Okay.
Like
good call. No, you're right.
I'm going off tasting for the night.
Tasting for the night, then I'm with you. Then it's Blanton's, cola, regular.
Clark,
you stick with what you said.
If you're going with what you had for the night, just for the night, what you tasted.
Yeah, I stick with what I said. I still go Blanton's, regular, cola.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, because I know, and my thinking is like regular is long term, and like we can do so much with that if we decide to like French press and do all that stuff. But flavor profile, those three.
Yeah,
that row.
They're all very delicious. I mean,
Even with rating all three, it just feels unkind to the ones that come in second and third.
Yeah, right.
Because I could easily. I mean, as much as I like the Blantons, I really like the cola. Like I can put cola up there, and I can easily put regular up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
totally.
All three of them. But as far as the experience goes, I'm with you, Brandon. I think it goes Blanton's, cola, and regular. Boy, this is a fun way to drink Bourbon County, man.
Okay,
right?
Can't wait for the next 3.
Ooh, what are the next 3 gonna be? Do we decide right now? Let's do it. Let's decide.
So we'll end
right
on
now.
either 150 or double barrel.
Absolutely. We're not going to have those.
I feel like Double Barrel has to be the last, just because of the history with Double Barrel and our show and you, Tony. So 150 we'll end with on the next episode of Bourbon County Media Kit.
I think we drink
extravaganza. Cherrywood. We got prop and we got 14.
Ooh, that's right, because it has to be 3, 3, and 2.
That's right.
Yeah, let's do. Well, I'll leave it to you guys. Fuck it. With Cherrywood, 150, and I don't think we should do prop.
No, I think we
14.
Yeah,
I think prop and double barrel.
Yeah,
that's a great ending to.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, so the next time we get back together for our Build Your Own Media Kit from Goose Island, we will be drinking 14. We will be drinking Cherrywood, and we shall be drinking 150.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Brandon, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Clark, this was actually a pleasant experience with you.
Yeah, I was, far enough away where I wasn't,
You're talking too much now.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
All right,
Clark.
Till next guys. Until next time, guys. Till next guy's time.
Tiddly too.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.